Once, in the south of Spain, there was a land of wonder, Al-Andalus. For almost 800 years, Al-Andalus was home to great minds, magnificent palaces, beautiful gardens, and peaceful markets. Muslims, Christians, and Jews lived side by side, sharing knowledge, music, and culture. Granada, Cordoba, and Seville shone like jewels in Europe. But as history teaches us, empires do not fall in one night. As time passed, the rulers of Al-Andalus became divided. Each small kingdom, or taifa, wanted more power. Kings fought each other instead of uniting against their real enemy in the north. Pride and greed slowly poisoned the heart of this once great civilization. Meanwhile, in the Christian kingdoms of the north, a different story was being written. King Ferdinand of Aragon and Queen Isabella of Castile married, uniting two powerful kingdoms. While Al-Andalus weakened, they grew stronger, watching and waiting. By the year 1482, they began their campaign to conquer the last Muslim kingdom in Spain, the Emirate of Granada. In the city of Granada, Sultan Abu Abdullah, known to the Spanish as Boabdil, sat in his palace, the Alhambra, surrounded by red walls and delicate arches carved like lace. Outside, the people of Granada whispered with fear. One night, Boabdil's mother, Aisha, stood on the palace balcony. "My son," she said, her voice heavy with sadness, "you are a king, but soon you may be a prisoner. Do not trust those who smile to your face yet sharpen knives behind your back." But Boabdil was young and proud. He believed he could outsmart both the Christian armies and his own rivals inside Granada. Ferdinand and Isabella's army came closer, surrounding the city. They cut off food and supplies. Inside the walls, hunger began to grow. While the siege continued, Boabdil's enemies within his court plotted against him. His uncle, Al-Zagal, once a powerful general, began to gather supporters. The city was torn between two leaders. Farmers could no longer bring food. People sold their last belongings for bread. Children cried at night, and even the fountains of the Alhambra seemed to fall silent. At one council meeting, Boabdil asked his advisors, "Should we surrender?" One brave general replied, "Your Majesty, as long as there is strength in our arms and hope in our hearts, we fight." But others remained silent. Outside the walls, Ferdinand and Isabella built a new city from stone and wood just to house their soldiers. They called it Santa Fe Holy Faith, a city built with one purpose: to destroy Granada. In January 1492, after months of suffering, the gates of Granada opened. Abu Abdullah rode out on his horse, carrying the keys to the city. In front of Ferdinand and Isabella, he bowed his head and handed them over. The city of Granada, the last light of Al-Andalus, was lost. As he left the city, he reached a mountain pass where he stopped to look back. His heart broke. His mother, Aisha, looked at him and spoke the words that still echo in history. "Do not weep like a woman for what you could not defend like a man." That place is still known as El Suspiro del Moro, the Moor's last sigh. Many centuries have passed, but the lesson remains. Civilizations are not destroyed by enemies who come from afar. They are destroyed when their people become divided, when greed replaces unity, and when pride blinds leaders from seeing the danger around them. If you close your eyes, you can still hear the whispers of Granada's streets, the laughter of its markets, and the prayers from its towers, now only echoes in history.